Well, hello and welcome to Chiku Halwai. This is Preeti. I am a self proclaimed coffee pagal. I like coffee, I like everything in the flavor of coffee, and given every chance of having anything in the coffee flavor, I am up for it. Coffee cake, coffee biscuits, everything. So, tiramisu naturally is one of my most favorite desserts, and I have to eat it wherever I go out, and it's there on the menu. But it's also very expensive, and not all places can make it well, like some of them are very sweet. So, I started making it at home, and now I even sell it. I have some clients who are very loyal, and I send it to them in jars. So I make it in jars because it's easy to transport because it's a very delicate dessert. But obviously, I don't make it with the traditional lady fingers. I make it with my ragi and wheat flour and try making it as healthy as possible considering it has sugar and you can't avoid sugar completely. So I just made it this last week, and here is the recipe that I recorded for it. Please go check it out, try it out, and let me know what you think of it, how you ended up creating it. Alright, let's go. First up is the ragi flour, following it with wheat flour for structure. In go my baking powder and baking soda. We have to gently mix them, incorporate everything nicely. Sometimes I even add a little black pepper or cinnamon for zing at this stage. Let's combine the wet ingredients. Here's my flavorless oil. Organic jaggery powder for sweetness. Soya milk, you can also add almond milk. The taste is rich. Mix well till all the jaggery has dissolved in the milk mixture. You can even warm it up this mixture in the microwave at this stage and mix and add the vanilla, unsweetened cocoa powder, vinegar for aeration. Again, combine it well, mix gently but incorporate everything nicely. In go the dry ingredients. You can also add a little oats at this stage if you want. Mix it all gently but nicely. No lumps should be left. Looks like a smooth mixture now. Add in the black coffee. And once again combine everything nicely. अच्छे से सब एक साथ आना चाहिए पूरा मिक्सचर. Here I have switched on my oven for preheating and taken the greased pan. Pouring in all the cake batter and evening it all out. Gentle shakes and taps to remove all the air bubbles, and it's time to bake the cake. Our tiramisu base is ready here. We'll set it to cool down. This is a vegan cake. It can be used as it is, like it's yummy and vegan. Hydration is extremely important, so while my cake is cooling down, it's time to consume my chia water. Back to creating the mascarpone cheese layer. Here I'm taking the mascarpone cheese which is at room temperature. whipping it well to remove clumps or knots if any. Here I'm adding the powder sugar. You can also add very fine jaggery powder or stevia or your monk fruit sweetener. Mix it all well and let's set it aside. This is the non-dairy whipping cream which does not have sugar, so I'm adding it. Mixing everything अच्छे से and setting it aside for assembling. I've taken a glass jar for assembling my tiramisu. The base layer is of course the cake. Here I have taken the cooled cake and I've broken it down into bite-sized pieces so that it becomes easy to put it inside the jar. Also there are spaces in between these bites, so the gooey things that we add on top go into the crevices well. Next we'll add the moisture to this cake with coffee. This is pure black coffee. It does not have any ounce of sugar. It is purely for texture and of course flavor because tiramisu coffee. Now I'm adding the mascarpone cheese layer. You can also combine the cheese and the cream together and make it one layer and add that. But I like watching those distinct layers like slightly yellow and then pure white, and so I do it that ways. Eventually they all mix well and form this incorporated taste, but I prefer keeping it separate. Again a cake layer. You can always form your layers like what you want to put next, but I do it this way. I also keep setting the cake layer as I go on adding it. Coffee again because ragi cakes are dry and they need hydration and moisture. And now it's time for the whipped cream layer. Please be sure that you have not added a lot of sugar. We don't want it to be very sweet. We want all the flavors and all the tastes to come out and stand out for themselves, yet form a combined dessert. The goal is to cover the layer below अच्छे से, not much should be visible. Here's a mid-innings check. This is how it's looking so far. I'll continue with my cake. Adding more coffee, my sweetened mascarpone cheese, and again comes the whipped cream. We are towards the end, so this is the final cake layer, And I'm making a combined layer of cream and cheese because it's towards the top of the bottle. I'm finishing and covering everything up with a generous layer of cocoa powder. Again, it's the unsweetened kind. Putting the lid on the jar. Here my tiramisu jar is ready. Now I prefer to refrigerate it for like 8 hours before giving out to clients or serving it. Refrigeration really helps all the coffee, cheese and the cream to mix in well with the cake, and it forms like an amalgamated dessert that's just yummy to taste and dig into its bits. If you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.